What makes you who you are? Is it your name? Is it the clothes that you wear? Is it the work that you do? What are the things that make you, you? That is up to you to consciously define. It is your choice. The world is full of things that are here to distract you from sitting down and thinking about who you really are. How often are you fully present to say yes and no in your life? How often are you there to decide from your heart what you want to do? You want to start deciding deliberately, but where do you start? Explore. You can start by slowly becoming more conscious of yourself and exploring. Making choices starts with us evaluating whether or not they are right for us. And in order to know if something is right for us, first we need to be clear with ourselves about who we are, our passions, our goals, our strengths, and our weaknesses. So we need to take a step back and begin getting to know ourselves more consciously. And there's a few practical ways we can do this. We can meditate, which means sit with ourselves in silence and watch the thoughts that go through our mind. We can journal, which means sit down and write at least a couple of sentences about what happened to you that day. Or, for example, we can mood track, which means we sit down, we don't write a whole journal entry, but we just write about what happened and how that made us feel, very focused on the actual feelings that we felt. For the next step of searching, you want to start getting into the habit of thinking, what is important to me? You probably have a lot of things to do, but you cannot do everything. There is just not enough time. This is the unfortunate truth about our finite existence, but this does not have to be a negative realization so long as we can only center our existence around what really matters to us, the essential. So, take 2 pages from your notebook and start writing on the first one. Brainstorm all the life goals that you can think of for yourself in the foreseeable future. Think, who do I want to be? And write it down. Do not filter anything at this point. Just write things that you want for yourself, no matter if they are personal or professional character. And then you want to take your time. Obviously, you cannot achieve everything to the same degree. Some things are more important than others, but you can't force this distinction out of yourself. As you would meet with your friend to share things, meet with yourself, meditate, journal, drink some coffee, and take as much time as you need and get to know yourself. Taking care of yourself will give you the space and time you need to hear your inner voice. And then eliminate. The Essentialist philosophy requires well thought out actions, mental clarity, and purpose to define our life's development. It requires consciousness, not just of being, but also of building our lives. So, to be an essentialist, you have to ask the right questions. Once you have taken care of yourself, sit down and take your list of goals. Many of them may seem important, but you need to remember that your time is limited, your focus is limited, and you also need time to wind down so you can power your active phases. Achieving any goal on your list means that you will have less time and resources for the rest of your goals. This knowledge is Essentialism's biggest strength. So read each goal and ask yourself this one question. For which goal would I be absolutely devastated, completely crushed, if I did not achieve this? Refer to all the conversation that you had with yourself, what you want for yourself and what makes you happy, and then cross everything else off. You know that you can truly put your heart in only a few things, and you know if you do that, you will have the freedom to do them as well as you want, no stress. But you also know that doing these things and saying yes to them also means you're saying no to everything else. But that's okay, because now you can execute. You can say no to everything that doesn't align with your goals and doesn't take you down the path that you want to go. And this is incredibly hard, but the only thing that is harder than saying no is saying yes, only to end up in a situation that you never really wanted to be in. Here is how to make choices that will lead you to achieving all of your goals as an essentialist. First, you need to take your essentialist minimized list of goals. And second, you need to write down all of the possible activities that you could perform to achieve each goal. Third, you need to set a fixed time frame to track your progress and choose a metric to document it by each day. For example, if you're saving to pay off your debt, write down how much you paid off at certain points in time. Fourth, every day you have to schedule these activities into your day. Make them real. Time them. Choose one or several activities from your action plan and put it in your calendar or your to-do list every single day. Fifth, reflect. Once you are done, take a look back at what you tracked and adjust it for the next iteration. If you achieved your goal, that's amazing. Reflect and go back to exploring yourself. What is the next thing that you want to achieve? If you are not done, then maybe you need to essentialize the activities in your action plan to get them down to the activities that will bring you the most return on your time, the best activities for you to perform. Readjust them and try again. There are only 3 rules. The first rule is, anything that is not on your list is not a priority. Number 2, on any given day, if there's something that you're going to achieve, it is going to be something from your action plan. There are no 0 days. And third, if you find yourself with some excess time on your hands, you should use it to enjoy yourself or focus on non-priority activities. This is the best way that I have found to implement essentialism into my own life. And although it's hard and it may seem like minimalism and essentialism are actually about having less things and depriving yourself, this is not true, because essentialism and minimalism are not about what is not. They are really about what is. They are about focusing on yourself, on your dreams, on what is most important to you, and having the freedom and the energy to do it, because oftentimes people think, I should have focused on what's important. But when they think that, it is already too late. And if you do this on time, I promise you the benefits will be huge. You will have the freedom to do the things you want. You will be able to make the choices that will benefit you the most. And you will have the time to play so you can be active and awesome while doing so. So what are your 3 top priorities? What are the main goals in your life? I would love to know, so you can write that in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe to my channel, leave a like. Essentialism is a concept that I heard from a book. And I need to credit the book, because even though I implement essentialism in my own way, I was heavily inspired by this book, of course. So thank you very much to Mr. Greg McKeown for writing the amazing book about essentialism that really opened my eyes on what really matters in my life